Hey there everybody, Tim here. I have for you a video. Kind of awkward, but it's easy. It's coming right from the live stream. So if you watch the live stream, you've already seen this stuff. If you have not seen the live stream, then this kind of will tie you to that and all that such there. What we have here is over the past weekend, I was able to play on the Dragonflight beta. Actually had time to play on it. I got to test out the Incarnates normal mode, which is the raid that's coming out, the very first raid that's coming out with the new Dragonflight expansion. Playing Devastation Evoker, the DPS version of the new class that Blizzard is bringing to us in WoW. And I had a fun time with it. I enjoyed it. The video is just going to be me breaking down each of the boss kills that we had, what I could have been doing different, what I did right, what I did wrong, yada, yada, yada. Just trying to point out the strengths and weaknesses of Devastation Evoker during the raid that I could kind of pick off, maybe pick up some new things just watching it back, and just kind of showing off the raid in general to those who want to see it, and showing off the Evoker gameplay for those who want to see it as well. So sit back, enjoy. If you do like what you're seeing, subscribe, like, all that bullshit that we YouTubers like to have you guys do, and I will see you guys next time. Alright, so this is Terros. Okay. Big rock guy. Alright. Single target fight. It is only just Terros that you fight here. He is kind of the quote unquote, from what I could tell, patchwork boss of the dungeon, with some slight changes. But he's not really like patchwork in the sense of like, oh my god, he hits like a truck, and oh my god, the DPS timers are tight. He's just a guy you smack, and you only smack, and then you do some dodging, but then you keep smacking is really what it is. You'll see here right away. I'm gonna die right away on this fight almost. But essentially what he does is he he summons, he has like this big like meteor thing is the best way to put it, that everyone needs to soak. Then he'll also target so many people with these like pillars that come up from the ground, these spikes that come up from the ground, which the longer that those are up, the like as they're up, they do raid damage to people. I think like it starts with like 3 in the first section, then 4, then 5, like 8. The more comes out as the fight goes on, you'll see. And then the tanks need to break those pillars with one of the other boss's abilities. So it's a pretty simple fight. It's a single target fight. So we're using the same build as we did last time, which is this build right here. In terms of single target, this is my single target build right here. I think. I don't know if I can know anymore. It changes every day. But it looks something like this. The key things are Shattering Star and Focusing Iris are the big ones here. In terms of this single target build, for the most part, but it does change a bunch. Don't quote me on this. But again, for single target, the main thing is scintillation is one thing also on that. Shattering Star, Focus Iris, and Feed the Flames to reduce your fire breath cooldown are kind of the main things on that one. But yeah, you'll see me die here because I zigged when I should have zagged. I think on the first shattering thing where the tanks need to take down the fucking pillars, you'll see me die, but I get rezzed eventually. So we do that. I think I did a rank 2 fire blast, or yeah, rank 2 fire breath because of it. Here we go, ready? I zigged when I should have zagged, but he like hit a lot of people with that, but I was already low health. The tank also didn't know what he was doing there too, so it's okay. I don't even know if we kill it this attempt either. But as you can see, like this is, oh, he does another thing where those just fall from the sky too. So like, so it's 2, at least with a group this size with 13 people on normal. He does 2, and after so often, he will like kind of pizza cut out of the room in fourths. So as he pizza cuts his room in fourths, you want to move to the next section, and then it'll do more. So I got a B-res here. Let's just take a look at my gameplay here. See how I do from here. What I'm looking for is to see if I tip the scales at all for some reason. This is a fight where like tip the scales isn't really necessary either. I'm just gonna be honest. Like this is a fight where tip the scales, you may not even want to spec into it if you can spare the points and put it somewhere else possibly. Because at no point do you want to max rank fire blast or fire breath, and at no point do you want to max rank eternity surge. That's the pizza cutter where he does that whole room there. If you're caught in that, I think you take like a bleed the whole time you're in it. So that's not cool because bleeds hurt. But you want to have your group all together as well, because now the pillars over there on the right side of the boss, as you can see, like underneath his elbow, and that's not going to get broken. So you want to make sure that the whole group understands what they need to do, which way they're going, if you're going clockwise or counterclockwise. This is where we would post a meme of a backwards clock in our Discord channel. But just have an agreed upon direction to go. There is no right or wrong direction. The boss will face whichever way you're going. And just make sure everyone's on the right side. But we have people way across the other way there, you can tell. He's getting hit with that thing there. We can't soak for him. That does like 300-some thousand damage. Or something like that. I think it's based on your group size, obviously. But it does a lot of damage that needs to be spread out across people, obviously. And then you want to stack these pillar things as much as possible, so your tank can, you know, take out as many in one go as needed. Is really what it is. So like we're taking them down one at a time here. I don't even know if we kill it this time. I think we one-shot it. I think I die another time though. But essentially, all we're doing here is just refreshing our fire breath every time it's up. We're casting Eternity Surge every time it's up. We want to try to do our Shattering Star before an Eternity Surge for sure, which we just did a Shattering Star into Disintegrate into an Eternity Surge, which is big. Taking advantage of that, because what Shattering Star does is it increases the damage you do to the target that has Shattering Star in it. So two big abilities you want to pair that with is Disintegrate and Eternity Surge. I don't know if it affects the dot of Fire Blast, but if it does, definitely Fire Blast is like the third priority on that for sure. I don't know if it's worth holding it if you don't have any of those up, if you are just casting Living Flames. Yeah, so I did tip the scales there into a Eternity Surge, which it didn't do anything. It still only casts one blast of Eternity Surge because yeah, oh yeah, we're gonna die here, I think. We have so many of these pillars up. 4 of these pillars up. I don't know if we cast whatchamacallit, our Dragon Edge at the beginning of the fight, but we definitely did just cast it here. Because the boss is at like, you know, 15%. Might as well get full use of it now. So we're doing damage like if the boss had full health here. And looking at the damage meters, we found our way back to 7th place. You know, not great, not awful, considering I was laying on the ground for 45 seconds or so. You know, shit happens, life goes on. I should have stayed. I got out of that because I had the pillar thing here. I'm not sure what the strat is behind that 100%. I'm not sure if I should be on the outskirts of that big meteor thing that we need to soak or not, but no one seemed to die there. I would imagine you want, like, this is a good grouping of these things here. I'd imagine either want them grouped up like that or like in a line, because it looks like the laser beam that comes out to smash those. Does it hit all of them? Oh, it hits all of them. So a stack of 3 like that's pretty good. And we saw leather things drop and cloth stuff, so I think I ended up winning that cloth chest piece out of the greed. But you know, we were laying on the ground there for a bit. I think we could have beat I think we could have been up there if we didn't die. But we were dead for a bit there. Why would you hit yourself in the face with a chair, Ashley? Disintegrate, obviously top damage there. Fire breath, you know, next. You just want that dot rolling. That dot, almost 100% uptime on the dot is what you want for fire breath there. So pretty close to it, especially if you're cranking out rank 1s. I think you have like a 1 or 2 second window where it may not be up. Depends on some of your procs, obviously. You know, with Feed the Flames, consuming Essence Burst reduces the remaining cooldown of Fire Breath by 2 seconds. Essence Burst is whenever you have like free, like you see this thing here, or like where these are glowing, or like where my only weak aura is glowing like this. That's an Essence Burst. So if you consume those, it reduces your cooldown of Feed the Flame. So you have to get lucky with these to really reduce the cooldown of Fire Breath enough to where you have 100% uptime of your Fire Breath. You may have a second or two lapse if you get unlucky before you can refresh your Fire Blast, even if you're doing rank 1. That shit happens, you know. That's RNG. You can't fix RNG. You know, it's what it is. Looking back, I wouldn't use Charge Blast on a single target fight like this, which is this ability here. I wouldn't use it, and I'm not going to use it. I think I fix that later on in the other single target fights, which I don't think there's any more in the fucking raid. But I wouldn't use Charge Blast on a single target fight. Pyre, unless they fix Pyre, I just wouldn't. Even if you're just trying to save up for a empowered Dragon Rage, like it's just not worth, you know. It's just not worth. So that's how I feel about that. But this was you know, this is the boss Terros. He's a big old rock dude. You just smack him and you move, and you know, the fight really does rely on your tanks blowing the shit up, as long as you put the stuff you know, in the right spot for your tanks. So if nothing gets broken, you can blame your tanks. That's pretty much it. That's Terros.